Today we are doing the third chapter of biology, the cell. We will also understand the structure of the cell and the functions of the cell. So first I'll read what is given in this, that it says that every organism begins its life as a single cell. Even the largest banyan tree or an elephant or we human beings life from a cell. So we all are beginning our lives from a cell. So that means it says that the cell is the most important unit of living organism. Clear? So whether it is a banyan tree, whether it is any huge animal, whale or an ant or a human being, everyone starts their life from a cell. A single cell undergoes repeated divisions to become a complete living organisms. You remember when we did the plant and we did the reproduction, we talked about pollen grain. So this single pollen grain is basically made up of a cell, and this creates a huge fruit which has seeds, and then seeds, they make new plants. So we are talking about that this single cell undergoes repeated divisions to become a complete living organism. Thus, we can say that cell is the basic unit of life. So highlight basic unit of life. So what is a cell? It is a basic unit of life. You can underline it. Now for this reason, cells are also known as the building blocks of life. Now why do we call them building blocks of life? Because they are responsible for building the different life forms. Right? So let us underline the exact definition what a cell means. A cell can be defined as a basic structural and functional unit of all living things. So that means it is the basic structural and functional unit. Based on the cell, the structure of the organism is created, and even the functions of the organism is created. Coming to who discovered the cell, talking about the history of the cell. So the first discovery that was done by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He discovered it in 1632. Sorry, this was his lifetime when he discovered. He lived from 1632 to 1723. This person, Antony van Leeuwenhoek, developed a very simple microscope. Because cells cannot be visible with our eyes, we need certain microscope or something that can enlarge that cell. So he made a simple microscope. Right? How did he make? He used only one single biconvex lens. Now lenses are actually like when we use glasses. What are these? Glasses are also lens. What do? They increase the size of the objects that we see. So depending on our eyesight, how poor or how good it is, the lens capacity keeps on increasing or decreasing. So he used what? Single biconvex lens. So there are two kinds of lenses, convex and concave. So he used a biconvex lens that enlarges the things. He was the first to see the cell. Now which cell did he see? Blood cell in the capillaries of the foot web of a frog. So he took a frog in the foot web, जो उसका पैर का वेब होता है, जो मेंढक के नीचे पैर होता है, उसमें एक अलग सा वेब होता है जिससे वो स्विम करना सीखता है. तो उसके पैर का उसने एक ब्लड सेल की कैपिलरी में देखा कि ब्लड सेल कैसा दिखता है, एंड रिकॉग्नाइज देम एज लिविंग यूनिट ऑफ ऑल लिविंग बींग्स. उसने उसको रिकॉग्नाइज कैसे करा? एज अ लिविंग यूनिट. ऑल लिविंग बींग्स का एक लिविंग स्मॉल यूनिट. ही डिस्कवर्ड दैट सेल. He did not call them cell. लेकिन क्योंकि it was really something new that he saw, but he could not call it a cell, thinking that he has discovered something which is very new, which is a part of the blood of a frog, but he could not give it a name as a cell. So now who called it cell? The first to coin the term cell. Now first to coin means first to give the term cell. So in 1665, Robert Hooke, he was another scientist, he developed another microscope and observed different objects using two lenses. So here he was using one lens in the first case, when the first discovery was done by Antony Van. Now when Robert Hooke started discovering, he used two lenses. Now what will happen when he'll use double lens? The capacity to see the each and every single part of any organism will be easy. So like we are using double magnifying glass. He examined a very thin slice of dead cork. एंड व्हाट इज़ अ कॉर्क? कॉर्क इज़ अ बार्क ऑफ अ ट्री. जैसे आप लोगों की कई बार कोई बॉटल देखते हैं उस पर कॉर्क लगा होता है. सो कॉर्क इज़ एक्चुअली अ बार्क ऑफ अ ट्री. एंड ही ऑब्जर्व्ड अ क्लस्टर ऑफ बॉक्स लाइक क्यूबिकल्स पाइल्ड अप टुगेदर. क्यूबिकल्स क्या होते हैं? ऐसे बॉक्स लाइक डब्बे एक के ऊपर एक. ये दिख रहे हैं जैसे आप इस डायग्राम में देखो बी में. इस तरह से उसने कुछ सेल्स देखे एक के ऊपर एक पाइल अप हो रखे. ठीक है. और वो बॉक्स जैसे थे, बिल्कुल रेक्टेंगुलर टाइप के थे. राइट. He reminded him of cells of monks living in the monastery. अब cells of monk क्या होते हैं? monks होते हैं monastery में, जो priest होते हैं, जो monastery में रहते हैं. बुद्धिज़्म, दे फॉलो बुद्धिज़्म. तो उन लोगों जो घर, जो उनके कमरे जो होते हैं ना, वो ऐसे रेक्टेंगल एक के ऊपर एक बने होते हैं. तो जैसे ही उसने सेल को देखा माइक्रोस्कोप में, उसको बुद्धिस्ट मॉन्क के कमरे याद आ गए. कमरों को सेल कहते हैं, इसीलिए उसने इस सेल का इसको नाम दे दिया सेल. So he was the first one to call them cell. So this is how the name cell came. Now who gave this name cell? Robert Hooke gave this name cell. And when did he give it? He gave it in 1965. Which cell did he see? He saw the plant cell. Sorry, 1665. And which cell did he see? He saw the plant cell, which was in the form of boxes. While the first discovery was done by Antony Van Leeuwenhoek, what did he do? He saw the cell in the foot of a frog. So this was the animal cell, and Robert Hooke discovered the plant cell. But the name cell was given by Robert Hooke. Then it says that a branch of biology which deals with the study of cell is called cytology. तो जैसे ज्योग्राफी है, जियोलॉजी है, वैसे ही जो भी ब्रांच बायोलॉजी में जो लोग सिर्फ सेल को पढ़ते हैं उसे हम कहते हैं, उस ब्रांच को कहते हैं साइटोलॉजी. और जो लोग एक्सपर्ट्स होते हैं सेल को पढ़ने में, उन्हें हम कहते हैं साइटोलॉजिस्ट. ठीक है. सो अब ये रॉबर्ट हुक ने क्या देखा था? ही ओनली सॉ द वॉल ऑफ द डेड सेल, बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम द माइक्रोस्कोप्स वर नॉट दैट स्ट्रॉन्ग कि सेल के अंदर तक देखें. तो उसने सिर्फ डेड सेल जो था, किसका डेड सेल था? कॉर्क. कॉर्क क्या होता है? ट्री का बार्क. उसका सिर्फ आउटर वॉल देखा था. ठीक है. सो व्हेन this cell that he saw, he named it the living cell. Right. A cell is said to be living when it contains jelly-like substance called protoplasm. अब उसने कहा कि लिविंग सेल है तो कैसा है? उसके अंदर क्या था? प्रोटोप्लाज्म था.